In a world where words are spoken lightly, where promises are forgotten as easily as they're made, a man's word has become one of the rarest commodities. When you say something, when you commit to doing something, you're not just making a statement, you're defining who you are. Your word is the essence of your character, the reflection of your values, and the foundation of every relationship you'll ever build. When you utter the words, "I promise," you're not just making a passing commitment. You're writing your integrity into the world, declaring to yourself and others, "This is what I stand for. This is who I am." And let's be clear, people are watching. They're always watching. Whether you like it or not, every promise you keep, every commitment you honor, adds another layer to the respect others have for you. Break those promises, though, and you don't just lose their respect, you lose yourself. Let's be brutally honest. In today's world, the bar is low. Too many people make promises with no intention of keeping them. They flake, they ghost, they come up with excuses to explain away their failure to follow through. Maybe it's convenient in the moment, but here's the truth. Every time you break your word, you're telling the world, "I can't be trusted." And trust is the foundation of everything. Your relationships, your career, your reputation, and ultimately, your sense of self. Think about the people you admire most. Are they the loudest, the flashiest, or the wealthiest? No. The people we respect are the ones who are dependable, the ones who say what they mean and mean what they say. They're the ones who show up. Why? Because in a world full of noise and broken promises, reliability is a superpower. Now, let's not sugarcoat this. Keeping your word is hard. It's not supposed to be easy. Life gets messy. Things happen. The temptation to back out is always there. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Or maybe you've realized that keeping your promise will cost you more than you expected. That's the test. That's the moment when your character is truly revealed. Do you honor your word, even when it's inconvenient? Even when it hurts? Or do you take the easy way out? Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're standing on a battlefield, not necessarily a literal one, but a battlefield of life. Your word is your weapon, your shield, your banner. Every time you keep a promise, you sharpen that weapon, you reinforce that shield, you raise that banner higher. But every time you break a promise, you dull your blade, you weaken your defenses, and your banner begins to fade. Now think about the phrase, "I promise." Those two words are powerful, but only if you treat them with the respect they deserve. A promise isn't just a casual agreement. It's a declaration. When you promise something, you're saying, "I will make this happen no matter what." It's a vow that should be treated with the same weight as an oath sworn before a king. And yet, how often do people throw those words around carelessly? Here's the harsh truth. Every broken promise, no matter how small, leaves a scar. It might not be visible, but it's there, chipping away at the trust others have in you. And trust, once broken, is almost impossible to fully restore. It's like a shattered mirror. You can glue it back together, but the cracks will always remain. But here's the flip side. When you honor your word, especially in the face of difficulty, you build something unbreakable. People begin to see you as a rock, a force of nature that can't be swayed by excuses or circumstances. That kind of reputation is rare, and it's priceless. Let's take a moment to reflect on the people who've let you down. Maybe it was a friend who swore they'd be there for you but disappeared when you needed them most. Maybe it was a boss who promised you a raise or a promotion but never followed through. How did that feel? That sting, that sense of betrayal, doesn't fade easily, does it? Now imagine being the person who causes that pain. Is that who you want to be? Now flip the script. Imagine being the person who always comes through, the one whose word is as good as gold. When you say, "I'll do it," people know they can count on you. When you say, "I promise," they don't just hope you'll deliver, they know you will. That's the kind of man people respect. That's the kind of man people follow. But let's not pretend this is easy. There will be times when keeping your word feels like an uphill battle. Maybe it means sacrificing your comfort, your time, or even your resources. Maybe it means going against the grain, standing alone, or facing criticism. But here's the thing. Every time you keep a promise, you're not just earning respect. You're proving to yourself that you're capable of overcoming obstacles. And let's address the elephant in the room. Nobody's perfect. You will make mistakes. You will at some point fail to keep a promise. The difference between a man of integrity and everyone else is how you handle those failures. Do you hide? Do you make excuses? Or do you own up to it, apologize, and do everything in your power to make it right? Owning your mistakes doesn't make you weak. It makes you stronger. It shows that even when you falter, you're committed to doing the right thing. That's what separates the real men from the pretenders. So here's the challenge. Look at your life. Are there promises you've broken? Are there commitments you've let slide because they were inconvenient? Be honest with yourself. Because the first step to becoming a man of your word is acknowledging where you've fallen short. From this moment forward, make a decision. No more half measures. No more empty promises. When you say something, mean it. When you commit, follow through. And if something gets in your way, fight like hell to keep your word. Because at the end of the day, your word is all you have. It's your legacy. It's what people will remember about you long after you're gone. Not your excuses, not your intentions, your actions. Be the man who keeps his word no matter the cost. Be the man whose promises are unshakable, whose commitments are carved in stone. Because when you say, "I promise," and you truly mean it, you're not just changing the way people see you, you're changing the way you see yourself. Honor your word, respect your promises, and watch as the world starts to respect you in return.